Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into 10 easy solutions for mastering multiplication and division. Whether you're a student or just looking to brush up on your math skills, these tips will make these concepts a breeze. You know, when I was a kid, multiplication and division seemed like impossible puzzles, but then I realized math is everywhere. It's in the way gears turn, the way plants grow, even the way we measure ingredients in our favorite snacks. So get ready to unlock the power of numbers. We'll explore fun, easy-to-understand methods that will change the way you think about multiplication and division forever. Let's get started. Hey there, math explorers. Let's talk about multiplication tables. Now I know what you might be thinking. Multiplication tables? Boring! But trust me, they're like secret codes that unlock faster calculations. Imagine you're at a store and there's a sale on your favorite candy bars. They're 3 for $1 and you want to buy 12. Instead of adding 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, you get the idea, right? You can use your multiplication table knowledge. Knowing that 3 times 4 equals 12, boom, you instantly know you need 4 sets of candy bars. See, multiplication tables are like shortcuts for your brain. Think of them like the foundation of a house. You need a strong foundation to build a strong house, and knowing your multiplication facts makes all those more complicated math problems much easier to solve. So how do you learn them? Practice, practice, practice. Write them down, recite them out loud, even try singing them. There are tons of fun ways to make multiplication tables stick in your brain. Remember, the more you practice, the faster you'll become at recalling those multiplication facts. And once you have them down, you'll be amazed at how much easier math becomes. Alright, math detectives, sometimes we encounter multiplication and division problems that look like they belong in a secret code book. But don't worry, we can crack the code by breaking them down into smaller, more manageable pieces. Let's say you have to solve 24 times 12. That might seem intimidating at first, but what if we break it down? We can think of 12 as 10 plus 2, right? Now our problem becomes 24 times 10 plus 24 times 2. See how much easier that is? 24 times 10 is 240, and 24 times 2 is 48. Add those together, and you get 288. The same goes for division. If you have a problem like 144 divided by 12, you can break 144 down into smaller, more manageable chunks. Remember, 12 times 12 equals 144, so 144 divided by 12 equals 12. Breaking down problems helps us see the smaller steps involved, and it makes even the most complex calculations feel much more doable. So next time you see a big, scary problem, remember, divide and conquer. Okay everyone, let's talk about how multiplication and division show up in the real world. Because math isn't just something you learn in school, it's all around us. Imagine you're baking cookies for your friends. You want to make enough for everyone, so you use multiplication. If the recipe makes 12 cookies and you want to bake 36, you know you need to triple the recipe. Or, maybe you're dividing a pizza among friends. If you have 8 slices and 4 friends, you can use division to figure out that each person gets 2 slices. See? Multiplication and division are everywhere. We use them when we're shopping, cooking, building, and even when we're playing games. The more you start noticing math in the real world, the more you'll start to understand how important and relevant it really is. So next time you're out and about, keep your eyes peeled for examples of multiplication and division in action. You might be surprised at how many you find. Hey, math whizzes in the making. Let's talk about flashcards. Now you might think flashcards are old-fashioned, but trust me, they're like pocket-sized powerhouses for learning multiplication and division facts. Think of flashcards like brain training. You show your brain a problem on one side, like 7 times 8, and then you flip it over to see the answer, 56. Each time you practice, you're strengthening your brain's ability to recall that fact quickly. And the best part? You can take flashcards anywhere. Practice on the bus, in line at the store, even during commercial breaks while watching TV. Every little bit of practice adds up. You can even make your own flashcards with colorful markers and index cards. That way, you can customize them with the facts you find trickiest. Remember, consistency is key. Even a few minutes of practice each day can make a big difference. So grab those flashcards and get ready to boost your math skills. Alright math fans, let's get a little more technical for a moment. Don't worry, I promise to make it painless. We're going to talk about some important properties of multiplication and division that can make solving problems a whole lot easier. First up, The commutative property of multiplication. This one's pretty simple. It just means that you can multiply numbers in any order and you'll still get the same answer. For example, 5 times 3 is the same as 3 times 5. Next, we have the associative property of multiplication. This one tells us that when we're multiplying 3 or more numbers, we can group them however we want. So, 2 times 3 times 4 is the same as 2 times 3 times 4. And finally, let's talk about the distributive property. This one's super helpful for multiplying larger numbers. It says that we can break down one of the factors into smaller parts, multiply each part separately, and then add the results. For example, to calculate 6 times 12, we can break down 12 into 10 plus 2, multiply 6 by each part, and then add the products. Understanding these properties can make multiplication and division feel less like a mystery and more like a set of helpful tools. So embrace the rules and watch how much easier they make your math life. Hey there, visual learners. This one's for you. Sometimes seeing math concepts in action can make all the difference in understanding how they work. So let's talk about visual aids. One of my favorite visual aids for multiplication is an array. An array is just a way of arranging objects in rows and columns. For example, if you have 3 rows of 5 apples, you can visually see that 3 times 5 equals 15. Another great visual aid is the number line. You can use a number line to represent multiplication as repeated addition. For instance, to show 4 times 3, you can start at 0 and make 4 jumps of 3 units each. The number you land on is your answer. And for division, you can use counters or objects to divide them into equal groups. This helps you visualize the concept of sharing equally. The key is to find visual aids that work best for you. Whether it's drawings, diagrams, or even real-life objects, don't be afraid to get creative and make math visual. Alright, mathletes, let's talk about the importance of practice. Just like any skill, whether it's playing an instrument or riding a bike, the more you practice multiplication and division, the better you'll become. Think of your brain like a muscle. When you work out a muscle, it gets stronger. The same goes for your brain. The more you challenge yourself with math problems, the stronger your math skills will become. Now, I know practice might not always sound like the most exciting thing in the world, but it doesn't have to be a chore. There are tons of fun ways to practice multiplication and division. Play math games with friends or family, solve puzzles, or even try creating your own word problems. The key is to find ways to make practice enjoyable so that you'll stick with it. Remember, consistency is key. Even a little bit of practice each day can make a world of difference. So keep those pencils moving and those brains engaged and watch your math confidence soar. Hey there! Math shortcuts? Who doesn't love a good shortcut, right? Well, guess what? Math is full of them. Let's learn some nifty tricks that can make multiplication and division even easier. One of my favorite multiplication shortcuts is the doubling and halving trick. Let's say you need to multiply 15 by 14. You can double one number and halve the other to make the calculation easier. Double 15 to get 30 and halve 14 to get 7. Now you have 30 times 7, which is much easier to solve. For division, a handy trick is to use the power of 10. Dividing by 10, 100 or 1000 is as easy as moving the decimal point. To divide by 10, move the decimal point one place to the left. To divide by 100, move it 2 places to the left, and so on. There are tons of other math shortcuts out there. Explore and discover your favorites. Just remember to practice them so you can use them with confidence. Hey there, tech-savvy learners! In today's digital world, we have incredible tools and resources at our fingertips, and that includes resources for learning math. There are tons of amazing apps and websites that make learning multiplication and division fun and engaging. Some apps use games and challenges to make practice exciting, while others provide step-by-step instructions and practice problems. You can even find virtual flashcards, interactive number lines, and virtual manipulatives that allow you to visualize math concepts on a screen. The key is to find apps and websites that match your learning style and keep you engaged. Don't be afraid to explore and try different ones until you find what works best for you. Remember, technology is a powerful tool for learning, so use it to your advantage and watch your math skills soar. Hey there, brave learners! Learning something new can sometimes feel challenging, and that's okay. Everyone needs a little help sometimes, even in math. If you're ever feeling stuck on a multiplication or division problem, don't be afraid to ask for help. Talk to your teacher, a tutor, a parent, or even a friend. Sometimes all you need is someone to explain something in a different way or offer a fresh perspective. Remember, there's no shame in asking for help. In fact, it's a sign of strength and a commitment to learning. We all learn at our own pace, and it's important to remember that you're not alone on this math journey. So keep your head up, keep practicing, and never hesitate to reach out for support when you need it. Together we can conquer any math challenge. Congratulations, Math Masters! You've made it to the end of our 10 easy solutions for mastering multiplication and division. Remember, practice makes perfect, so keep those math skills sharp. Use those multiplication tables, break down those problems, and don't be afraid to get creative with visual aids. And if you ever need a helping hand, don't hesitate to ask. Now go out there and show the world your amazing math skills. You've got this. Thanks for watching. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more educational content. Keep practicing, and you'll master multiplication and division in no time.